Right. So coming to this session, so we are going to discuss about the introduction to ES6, where in the shortcut we can call as ECMA script, where E stands for ECMA and S stands for script. What is this 6 is the version number. Let me have a look of in detail about this concept. Now ES stands for ECMA script, where ECMA stands for European Computer Manufacturer Association, which is done at the side of Switzerland over here. Now, what is the beauty of this one is if any version has released, now currently ES11 version is going on, they will mention the version in the form of ES11 in the brackets 2020. So what is the meaning of 2020 is means whenever the year they are released, they mention in the brackets the 2020 as the year. Example, ES10 has came in the 2019. So they mention as in the bracket 2019. So this parenthesis is going to talking about when each year, what the version they have released it, that will be shown in the bracket. Now, first of all, what is the purpose of this ES is, it is like a scripting language. Like we have a JavaScript, it is the same similar to that one. So the special purpose of this, we are going to be using ES6 is, before going to start over there, have a history of what is the different versions has came into the market, different versions. Like we have ECMA Script 1, means ES1 in 1997. In each versions, when they are going to discussing, they are adding the new concept. If you see ES2, they added some editable changes for the editor. And in the ES3, if you are seeing some regular expressions or some try-catch exceptions, they are adding exception handling. In ES4, in the 1999, they released a new version having some other extra features. In 2009, we have a ES5 adding of strict mode, some functionalities, some features like JSON support, trim of string or is array, some iteration methods they are introduced. And ES6 is in 2015, they have released into that. And that's why they are making that version as ES6. But as part of this one, ES6 is enough for to make understood more better. Compare with the ES11 and ES10, we can have a comfortable with this one. So coming to the features, what it available in ES6 means in the figure, it is clearly observed the different features, what it's going to be supporting. Example, it supports the variable feature where we can use the variables to declare the variables. We can use let, we can use the constant, we can use the var. These are the keywords we can use it. We also have the arrow functions. It also supports some classes. And we have array methods, one of the best method in array, dot map. And we have some modules, like other modules are available. Like we have rest parameters, spread and ternary operators. Destructuring is very important here. Destructuring assignment and object destructuring also we can do it. Not only assigning of destructure, we can also have object also we can destructuring. And we have functions with the help of the default values for function parameters. And we also have the templates for literals, like string literals, variable literals. And we also have a concept called as for. So for off loop also available. So as part of, before going to start these features, let me understood clearly what is going to be doing with this ES6. As I discussed you with here, it is a scripting language which is made, such as the JavaScript is made by ECMA. So ECMA is the make of use the how we can use the JavaScript. So JavaScript to understood more, ES is need to understood better than that. So simply remember, this is a scripting language where we can do it. Before going to start the features of ES, we can have C1 Babel. So this Babel is what means is open source JavaScript compiler. What we'll do is here it will convert the things into ES6 format. So in the backend, which are the compatible code, which is required to run that JS engines. So this Babel will do is, it will convert the code which you have written, the Java code which you have written. It should be understandable by the JS engine. The compatible code, it will be converted. So in the understandable language, it will be convert this Babel into from ES6 to the compatible. So compatible code, it will be generated. Now, what Babel can do is it deploys a technique called as polyfill. Polyfill is nothing but filling some areas. What areas means? Wherever the code is not understandable by the JS engines, it will convert into that compatible way. So with the help of JavaScript transcompiler, that is mainly used to the convert of ES6 and above code into a backward compatible code. So meaning of that is older version, we have seen it, right? To make convert older version to the newer versions, we are going to using this Babel. Okay. Now coming to the features of this ES6, we have the first feature, classes. Now normally in the JavaScript, we have a concept called as functions. Now functions are going to be declared in the JavaScript the keyword called as function keyword. Instead of function keyword, what we are doing here is we are going to using the keyword called as class. See the example in the below. We are going to take a class called as polygon. Under that, we are calling a constructor, having a parameter constructor, having a 2 parameters, height and width. Now already are aware about this keyword. So this is going to be called the same inside the same class. For this class, the height is assigning as height. For this class width, we are assigning the width as this width. So this is a small example how we can declare a class inside this with the help of ES6. Remember, this class declarations or what are the features we are studying over here will be as a prerequisite to write the better code of React.js. So still we are not yet going to be have in-depth of React.js. Only the simple basics in the last session. We have seen only to display a hello world, how we can make some changes. But to write a good programmer, to what are the things we can use it, means this is one of the thing, ES6 concept as well. Next, as like we are declaring normal Java programming, how the class can be declared. In the same fashion, here also we can declare a car and we are calling a constructor over here. In the constructor, we are assigning a name to the brand. Now I'm calling a function method present. Now, in this present, just we are returning a small statement. I have this dot brand. This is a simple method how we can declare it in the normal Java programming. Here also the same. Nothing to more any new things you are learning. And we have a concept in inheritance in Java, right? The same also we can use the inheritance with the help of extends keyword. Now this is a constructor belongs to this class model. Now when you call for the super means what? The parent class we are calling. The parent constructor we are calling with the help of super keyword. Already are aware about this as well. Now this dot model we are assigning this mod to for this model name. And here we are writing another method called as show. And inside this show, we are calling this dot present and this. Now coming to the execution of this process, how we can be execute this program. First, we are creating an object for my car. So this car object belongs to the class model. Now, once the model constructor has called it, it will go to that 2 parameter constructor here itself, right? So the name is going to mapping to whom? Fraud. And it is going to be mod going to map to the Mustang, right? So it is going to mapping. So once the object has creating, automatically the 2 parameter constructor will call and this will be assigned. So the super name. See, once the constructor are called, automatically it calls the super of name. Who is the super of name here? Here the super is car, the parent. So super of that is going to be calling here. And the name, which is going to be assigned, the Ford, going to assign for this brand. So this is one what happening inside without any tracing. Now immediately, once it is done, the model it is going to be assigning as this dot mod is going to assigning the model as Mustaq, right? Now, once it is done, if you come down over here, if you come down over this part, here there is a function we are calling. Here there is a function we are calling over here. Below of this is a car. So this we are going to calling my car dot show. So my car dot show, we are calling this function. So once you call this my car dot show over this part, now automatically it'll call this show. My car is nothing but default. The object belongs to model. The method which is there belongs to model is show. So once the show method has called, it will call internally return this dot present. This dot present means the super class that is present of this one will call. So the output is I have a this dot brand. This dot brand means Ford. I have a Ford that is will be written over here. So what is the statement here displaying is I have a Ford plus concatenation. It is a dash model means this model is going to be Mustaq. So that the output of this program is I have a Ford. It is a Mustaq. That is the output. It is going to doing the same thing what we have done in the Java. Here also we can do it. So part of the what is the purpose of super here mentioned clearly to call the parent class And super method, we are going to be calling the constructor to call the parent constructor method and to get the access of the properties and methods of that parent constructor. And coming to the next part of the feature, arrow function. It's a very interesting concept, arrow function. What we are doing in the arrow function is, normally, what is the arrow function means? To write a shorthand function, shorter function, we are going to using arrow. Normally, arrow means what? This is the arrow, right? Normal. So this is simple. So we are declaring a function with the help of parenthesis. This function, we are going to write the code of this function is within the curly braces. So whatever the set of instructions, that may be one instruction or multiple instruction, we are mentioning in the curly bracket. If it is a single instruction, without required the curly bracket, we can write the single instruction. If you have multiple instruction means what? The set of statements. If you have multiple statements are there, you can assign curly braces, and this set of statements we are assigning to a function with the help of parentheses. Okay. Now this is an example without arrow function. Without arrow function, how we are declaring? Hello equal to, we are calling a function, and in that function we are returning hello world. So document.getElement by ID, already are aware. So for this paragraph, demo ID, inner HTML, we are displaying this message of hello function. So once it is assigned this hello, it will call this hello function. So once it is called the hello function, it will call, this is right, hello equal to function. So the entire function of this we are assigning to what? A hello variable. This is a hello function. What is the name of the function means? Hello here. Like how we are assigning the variable a equal to 10, a equal to 20. So the 10 or 20 are assigning to a. In the same fashion, a entire function we are assigning to a variable, to a function name called as hello. When want to call this function means we call hello of parenthesis, means we are calling the function. This is without arrow. Now see the another example with arrow. What you are doing here, instead of using function keyword, just use the parenthesis, arrow mark, and the set of instruction can be in the curly braces. That's all. Just use the parenthesis and arrow mark. So that parenthesis we are going to mentioning over here. And see, if you have only one statement, you can directly use hello equal to the parenthesis followed by arrow mark, arrow followed by the statement. If you have more than one statement, then you can go for curly braces. And we have this for function, we can pass the parameters as well. For this function, we have a parenthesis, right? We can pass also the parameters. Like example here, the parameter is val. Val equal to hello plus val. So when you are calling that function, see document.getElement by ID dot inner HTML equal to hello of world. Hello of world means we are calling a function name called as hello, and we are passing the parameters world. So in the val, world will be there. So that will be added. Hello plus val. What will be there in the val? World. So the output is hello world. So like this also we can call it. So if you have only one parameter, you can skip the parenthesis. Directly you can use val and this. If you have only single parameter. If you have multiple parameters, world, comma, if you are going to having here, world, comma, ICICI or something, world, comma, the web technology, world, comma, FSD. Like we can have one more parameter, multiple parameters. You need to use the parenthesis at the place of function. That's how we can define it.